Hi, and welcome to Media Toolkit. I am Antonia, and I would like to show you how to use Media Toolkit to get the best results. Media Toolkit is a tool that searches the internet in real time for mentions of topics that are relevant to you. These may be your company, one of your brands, your competitors, news from the industry, or any other topic which you want. In this video, I will help you decide what topics you need to track to get results that can help you make smart business decisions. After you log in, on your left side, you'll see a column containing folders with the queries we monitor. We've set up folders for Samsung and iPhone as an example. You can add a new query here in the search bar. You will get various options regarding where you want to save your query, to the existing folder or to a new folder. You can set up monitoring for results in a specific context or a specific language, location, and so on. There are a lot of possibilities, but you can see more about that in our tutorial video. Our clients can track queries or specific sources, for example, web page or Facebook or Twitter profile from your competition, to be informed when they publish something there. For example, if you want to see how they're using an Instagram profile for promotion. Folders help you stay organized by separating your queries into different topics. For example, some clients have one folder for key people from their company and the second for their main products. Say you're the person responsible for Apple's brand image in Europe, and you need to know what's being said about any Apple's product in Ireland. Simply create a folder, name it Apple Ireland, and narrow your search to include results only from people and media from this market. After you set up your query, you'll want to adjust the way you receive any information about your mentions. You can get notified via email, a push notification on your mobile phone, and in Slack. If you choose real-time email alerts, we'll send you an email immediately when something new is posted online. This is very useful if you have a crisis situation and you need to be immediately notified about new mentions. There are other uses as well. If you're working in tourism, you can be notified when someone writes about planning their next trip to your city or your country, and you can contact them immediately and offer your services. If someone is complaining about your competitor's product, you can get in touch and start a conversation with them. Some clients choose to receive daily reports or weekly or custom by choosing specific dates and time. There can be as many custom alerts as you want for each folder. Separately from these alerts, for any topic that you monitor, you will also receive a spike alert, which will notify you that some query you are monitoring has a major increase in number of mentions. If that's something regarding your company, for example, this alert will notify you that something has become viral and it's time to react. The central place is the feed. This is where you can see the results from more than 10 million websites, forums, blogs, and social media like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or Instagram. For each mention, there is the title which, by clicking on it, opens the article or post. Then we see the source and time when it was published, short summary with highlighted keyword that we monitor, and below we see two important information, reach and virality. Reach shows us the estimated number of people that have seen the article or post. This is valuable information to communication experts who want to know how many people saw their mention. If you have a campaign, this is an easy way to see how successful it is. If you have a crisis, you'll know how far has it spread. Here, it is estimated that over 36,000 people saw this article. Another important factor is virality, an estimate of how much more is an article popular in comparison with other articles from that same website. Here, we can see that the article was over 9 times more popular than the average article on this website. If you want to sort your mentions by reach, virality, or simply narrow down to a specific time, you need to click on the filters. You can set date range and sort them by time, reach, or virality, or a specific source. Additional filtering can be achieved by choosing the option to group similar mentions. This option allows you to see only one article and below it the information which other sources have also published it in the same context. In that way, you have your mentions in the feed more sorted out. If you click on the blank space around the mention, your right column will change to reveal options for an easy analysis of your mentions. It reveals the exact time and date of the mention. We've also made it possible for you to get automatic translations of a mention if it is in a foreign language. If you click here, it will take you to a version of the website that has been automatically translated by Google Translate to the language which is the default language of your Mediatoolkit interface. You can determine the sentiment of your mention, mark it as positive, neutral, or negative, and it will show in your results. If the article or post is assigned to more than one topic, here we can see that and determine sentiment separately for each topic. For example, if an article both Samsung and iPhone are mentioned, the sentiment for Samsung can be positive, but for iPhone it is negative. Tagging is another useful feature. For example, some clients track their company's name and tag each article depending on the context in which the company is mentioned. For example, company in general, the CEO, stock exchange, etc. If you had a press release, you can tag all your mentions with the option Press Release Product Launch. In the reports, you'll be able to see how each tag is performing. It makes reporting way easier. Below there is the statistics about shares and comments on social media. For web articles, there is detailed statistics about number of shares and comments on Facebook, Reddit, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. For Facebook posts, you can see the reactions on posts, numbers of likes, and shares. Reports give you analytical insights which can help you bring future business decisions. You can set your time or choose from the offered time frame. For example, last month, this month, last 7 days, or today. And that way, analyze your mentions in selected time period. By clicking on the reports icon, we get an automated analysis of mentions for a selected query or a folder of queries. At the top, you will see a total number of mentions for the selected query. The first graph shows the number of mentions per day for the last month. It helps you see how your mention was performing. You can see which day the activities were the highest. And by clicking on the peak, you'll get an information about top 5 mentions by reach from that day. This helps you see what was discussed about the most online that day regarding your mention. If you scroll down, there is the Mentions per Hour tab. This is a useful way to assess the performance of the mention throughout the last 24 hours. For example, if you're tracking your competitors, you can easily see at what time of the day are they the most active and when their audience is likely to engage with their content. If you're having a crisis, you'll be able to see at what time it started and is it growing or dying in popularity. On the upper right side of each graph, there is an option for printing or downloading it in various formats. You can compare the performance of two different queries and see which one is more popular. There are many uses for this option. One of our clients was monitoring two popular football players to see which one is more popular on a specific market so they can decide who will be their brand ambassador. The other wanted to see if their competitors were mentioned more on social media. Click on Compare in the top right corner to select the queries you want to compare. For example, Samsung or and iPhone. Choose a color you wish to present each query. And here we can see the share of voice between them. Sources help you track the distribution of mentions from specific online sources, for example, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and websites. By hovering over the part of the pie chart, you can see how many mentions are from a particular source type. So, for example, if you see that your competitors are engaging the most on Facebook and Twitter, you would want to focus more on these social networks too. You can click on any source to include it or exclude it from the graph. In the Influencers tab, you'll see the most popular and influential websites, pages, and authors that are mentioning your company or your competition. You'll also see which websites, Twitter profiles, or bloggers have the highest virality or reach. This shows you whom to contact when preparing the next campaign and who are the influencers when it comes to your competition, so you know who you want to try to contact and convert. This option is an excellent way to conduct some market research. If you're planning to start a business on a new market, you can simply monitor your industry and see who are the influencers there to get in touch. In the sentiment report, you get an automated calculation of your sentiment distribution. Sentiment analysis helps you find out what the public thinks of you and to track the consistency of your online reputation. If you want a quick overview of your mentions, here are the top 5 by reach or virality. We are all familiar with the keyword cloud. It shows you words that are used the most in the context of the selected query. It can be of a great use for future campaigns or to see how to optimize a Google search for your brand. Below, there would be a pie chart which shows a ratio of all mentions you tagged. In which context was your topic mentioned the most? You can export the data about your queries in PDF or Excel. This way, you will reach your data at any time you wish or when you need to send the report on online media performance to somebody. In the PDF export, you will receive all the analytical data that can be found in the reports for the time you selected. You'll get the report on your email. And in the Excel export, you will receive a list of the links for the selected queries with additional data about them. Use the Excel to make your own, even more detailed analysis. We strongly believe that Mediatoolkit is a platform which can be used across the whole organization, and that is why we encourage you to add as many colleagues as you want to your Mediatoolkit account for free. You can show them your whole account or restrict the view to only some topics. Right now, I will invite my colleague Martina. Also, you can determine which role they will have. Do you want them to just see the mentions and reports, or if they can also change queries? And there you have it. This was an overview of the Media Toolkit web application. If you'd like to be in the loop wherever you are, make sure to download our Android or iOS app. You can set up push notifications and receive alerts on your smartphone so you don't miss any important information. Media Toolkit is constantly developing, so we are always happy to hear suggestions and desires of our clients. You can contact us by the chat box in the right bottom corner, as we are here for any questions or even if you just want to chat with us. Thank you for watching and bye.